Hi guys, welcome back to the Slight Sarcasm Podcast. I'm Celeste, and today I don't have Amber with me, sadly, but we do have a guest co-host, Campbell. Say hi.
Hello.
So today Amber is not going to be on this episode. We miss her very much. She's doing big girl things out there in the world, and she'll probably be back next episode, most likely. So yeah. So Campbell, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Aw, yay.
I'm excited.
I'm excited you're here too. So just a small background. I'm not telling y'all my entire life story, but Campbell and I are really, 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 really close friends. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, it is. But we're gonna have a great discussion today. I'm really excited. This is not that I can't talk to Amber about this, but I feel like it's a little bit more personal for both of us, so that's really cool. So yeah. So how is your week?
Um, Stressful. Week this week. I was talking to Celeste earlier. I'm moving in about a week and a half. So I've usually that process is the day before I panic and pack everything. I'm not doing that this time. I'm gradually packing things.
Wow, growth.
But I'm also, yeah, right. Now I'm like still figuring out like all the things I need to get, how I need to figure out, sanitary cleaning procedures that like U-Haul will be doing, and making sure me and my roommates can all move out, safely and efficiently. Moving is also my least favorite thing in the world, and I'm hoping where I'm moving into, I'll be able to stay there for like the next few years, as opposed to moving every year, which just happens because people.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally feel you. I hate moving too. Like, honestly, the reason why I've stayed in my place for so long is because I don't like moving.
Yeah.
I like really need to move, but I really don't like moving. It's a terrible concept. I just don't understand why.
Yeah.
I think the next time I move, I'm gonna hire people. Like
That sounds so nice.
yeah. I don't. I will save the money. I just don't want to deal. So
Just with any of it, just don't want to do
nope, not at all. I don't even want to think about packing my stuff up. I was like, oh man, I need like another bookshelf because I moved the bookshelf like into my room. So I was like, oh, in the living room, I need a new bookshelf. And I'm like, I don't want to buy a bookshelf and then have to move it in a year. Like that just to like unpack it and put it together,
Yeah.
and then you gotta
Yeah.
move. So everything that was on that bookshelf is just on the floor in my living room, and I don't think it's ever gonna get moved. So whoever comes to my apartment is just gonna have to judge me, but I don't care.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Middle of the work week. School, like the term has ended, so now I'm just like working full time. So it's been nice to have like start looking what my summer schedule is going to be and start getting into that rhythm. So
Yeah.
how are you?
It's crazy. I always forget summer doesn't start in like May.
Yeah.
That's so like weird to me. Yeah, but yeah. I'm doing okay. I don't know. I think more in the past few weeks I've been feeling more like stressed out and like sick, and just I honestly think it's just a mental manifestation. Like my mental and emotional is just manifesting into like my physical. So I think that's a lot of it. I think that's a lot of the reason why I've been feeling more ill. But it also could be that I'm just sick. So
Oh, true.
so there's that. But yeah, but we are recording this podcast on June 17th. So just in case, like, so we're still in the middle of like quarantine. Is it really quarantine anymore?
It is for me. Yesterday actually marks 3 months exactly. Me and my roommates have been in quarantine.
Oh wow. Hold on. When
Because
did
the
I come
last
back?
day I like actually went into work was March 16th.
I haven't been in the office since like March 1st or 2nd. No. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. Cuz I mean, I've talked about this before, but like I went on a vacation the first week of March, and then the second week
Yeah.
of March was like quarantine or something like that. So yeah. So yeah, I think like March 1st or 2nd was like my last day at work. Yeah, and it's June, guys. Damn.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
fun fact, coincidentally, with yesterday being 3 months for me and my roommates, this past weekend, the university I work and go to, they have this tracer study where they randomly select houses and, you know, give you a bunch of stuff so you can do your own like swab test
Mm-hmm.
for COVID. And then you like put in the test tube, everything's like no contact. And then 7 to 10 days later, you find out if like you've had it. And so we
Mm-hmm.
found out yesterday that none of us have. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah. I need
found
to
out last
get.
night.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I need to get tested. I looked at like the CV. So there's like okay, so I think it's like Virginia Department of Health or whatever. They have on their website, they have like links to where you can find places to get tested.
Yeah,
And the one test I don't want to do, which is the most popular, is the nasal test cuz
that's
I
what we
don't
did.
I
It's
don't
honestly not that bad. Seems way worse. But like the swab doesn't go that far up there. Like if it like starts to hurt, you did it wrong.
yeah, I don't like get anything up my nose. Like my nose is like one of my most sensitive places. I just yeah, but mm, I'm gonna look more into it, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna definitely have to go get the test. But yeah, but that's interesting. Yeah, but
Oh.
yeah, besides like working 40 hours a week from home, I mean that's real. Nothing much has changed in my life in the past 3 months. To be
Yeah.
totally honest, like not a whole lot. It's fine, but but yeah. All right, so we're gonna transition into talking about our topic of the day. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have already seen the title of this episode. I don't know what the title of this episode is going to be, so you guys will know before you listen. But today we're going to be talking about college, and specifically being I guess, being an adult in college, and
Hmm.
like what that means. And what we're mostly going to be talking about is our different experiences. Like Campbell and I are both 26. Well, you turn 27 pretty soon, but
Yeah.
so we're quote unquote on the older side of being a college student, even though, go to college whenever you want, and don't go to college if you don't want. Either
Yeah.
both choices are perfectly fine. So yeah, but we're mostly talking about like just being like an older, I guess they use the term like non-traditional student, but I think I'm more of a non-traditional student than you are, based on
Hmm.
like our
The programs we're in.
yeah. So yeah. So that's the topic for today. First we're going to talk about like our background. So I'll start off and what that means. So like for me, I went to college for 4 years. I didn't get a degree because I was unsatisfied with the degree program, and I was like, I don't want to do this
Rightfully so.
anymore. So I was like, this is not what I originally wanted to do when I started applying for colleges when I was like 17, and it just didn't work out. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of, I don't want to say starting over. I'm just like on a different path. So right
Hmm.
now I'm in community college, and I'm about to get my degree in architectural engineering technology. and kind of go from there. And I'm going to apply to like another 4-year university doing things that I like to do or that I want to do. So yeah. So what's your background, Campbell?
While Celeste, I also went to college at 4-year university, the same one you did. That's where we met. Um, at the end of it, I got my degree in chemical engineering, and then had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. So I just found a job, worked for a couple years doing a bunch of random things, and then realized that I do want to go back to school. So right now, I am in a PhD program for environmental engineering based off prior projects and jobs and volunteering experiences, kind of like leading me to that direction.
Yeah.
So I'm in my second year of basically like a 5-year PhD program.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Campbell's like very ambitious. One of like a lot of my friends that are ambitious. All of my friends are very ambitious. I can't keep up with them. So yeah, I tell them all the time, don't tell me what you're doing because I'm not gonna remember. So yeah.
Or
right.
when your friends ask you what your other friends are doing, I love that you're just like, ask them yourself. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know because it always changes. Like one of my best friends, she from high school. I was talking to her the other day, like a couple weeks ago. We were talking, and she was like, "Yeah, so I'm going to Tulane," and I was like, "I thought you were going to like somewhere in Michigan or Virginia Tech." She's like, "Nah, it changed." I was like, "It's been like 2 months. How did it change already?" Like, yeah, but yeah, that's part of. I mean, and Tulane's a great school, so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So, next question is why did we go back or still went back or still back in school or whatever? I think we kind of touched on that, but like I'm still back cuz I don't know, I don't know. I think I feel like being a student is kind of like all I know. Like I've been a student all my life pretty much, and I honestly really like learning. I love learning new things, whether it's and especially like tangible stuff. I felt like when I was originally in the 4-year university, like I felt like I wasn't learning tangible things. I feel like a lot of it was very I don't want to say vast, but I feel like it was the program that I was in was too
Generalized?
Yeah, generalized. Yeah. And I was going to say generic, but that works too. And I just didn't feel like anything clicked with me like at all. Like all the classes I was taking, I was just like I don't care about this for real. But then now I'm in this community college and like a lot of the stuff, like the classes make sense. Like the classes I like take, I'm like, oh, like I see.
Yeah.
Not that I see that in my everyday life, but like I get it. Like I get it. And like we do like fun.
You connect with it.
Yeah, I connect with it, and like it just seems like, oh, this makes sense, and this is something that I want to do and like strive towards. So yeah, that's why I'm still in it. Plus, like I have to go to school to get a professional engineering licensure. So, yeah, that's the easiest way to get a professional engineering license. So, yeah, unless I want to work for like 25 years and then take a test, which I don't have time for that. So yeah. What about you, Campbell?
Well, and something you brought up before, originally I went to college as like, I feel like a lot of people like out of high school, it seems for the most part we were expected to.
Yeah.
So with that in mind and being a literal child trying to pick a career path, what I chose, although I didn't hate it, it's not the path I wanted to have after I graduated college.
Yeah.
So after I graduated, I had a lot of jobs related to like manufacturing and things like that. And like Celeste, I love learning. And I realized in those positions, I felt like I wasn't really learning anymore. And something I deeply love is, science and like figuring stuff out and learning how things work. So between that and like future aspirations of some kind of teaching capacity, going to graduate school made sense for me. Especially now, I was expected to go back to school or go to school in the first place. Now that I've worked, it's something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that definitely gave me like a greater motivation to pursue it. So combining that with my concern and interest of the environment, and specifically water and water conservation and water health, I decided to get a PhD in environmental engineering, where future Campbell could then possibly be like a professor with that.
Yeah.
So that's why I did. So similarly, for the career I want, this is the degree I need.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, like, I don't know, like, specifically what career I want besides to be in engineering and to build shit. That's like the general like idea of like what I want to do. I know like I do work 40 hours a week and I do also go to school, so that's fun. But
It sucks. It just sucks.
but the job I have is in engineering, but it's not it's more something that I fell into. I work in utilities, so it's something I mostly fell into. I didn't think like, oh, I want to do utilities. I feel like most people fall into utilities, but also it's nothing like what I'm learning or what I'm like pursuing. So not to say that like I may not do that in the future, or I may continue down utilities, who knows. Granted, probably not, because I don't like electrical crap. I don't understand it, but
oh, I don't either.
yeah, like
it's straight up witchcraft.
Yeah, it has to be, like, there's no other way. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the formulas. I don't understand the math. Like, I understand, like, I'm an engineering major, and me not understanding math is ridiculous, but I just don't. And I can't do it. But as long as I can turn my lights on, I don't care. So, and connect to the internet. So, yeah. But...
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I don't feel directionless, though, because I do know a lot of, like, what I don't want to do. And I think through, like, working, especially, like, we've both had, like, internships and stuff like that, like, through a lot of those things, I know a lot of what I don't want. So it is helpful to be like, okay, then I know what more I want to lean towards. So
yeah,
even though I don't fully have an idea of, like, what I specifically want to do. And I think that's also helpful because it allows me to do many things. And I don't think it's a bad thing to, I guess, quote unquote, pigeonhole yourself, but if that's specifically what you want to do. But I think it's also okay to jump around and do many things and be that way.
Because a lot of you want to like build things, you want to be an engineer. A lot of the skills and the things you like about being an engineer are very translatable to a bunch of different jobs. So it's not necessarily, I want to be an engineer at this construction engineering firm.
Yeah.
It's, I want to do what I like that happens to be in this field, and I'm open to different things that would allow me to do that.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So how do you feel college is different now than before? Like, I mean, granted, like, you're in grad school and I'm working, like, a full-time job, but...
Well, the fun thing about grad school It's you're in school full time and you're also working a full time job
Yeah.
at the same time. But it so the first year of my program, I took a full load of classes, and then I was also expected to do at least 20 hours a week for either research. Some people have to be a teacher's assistant. It always ends up being more than 20 hours, and then you just have to fit your classes in somewhere. But now I'm at the part of my program where I'm pretty much done with all the courses I have to take. So for the next 3 years, it's pretty much just a job as a researcher, and I can still continue to take classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little different in that respect. Also, there's no really like set hours for this kind of work. It's like when you have your research experiments going, it's just a certain amount of time it'll take to do that. I normally work anywhere between 40 and 60 hours a week once, like when labs are open,
Yeah.
just on research, even when I am taking classes. But at the same time, I'm being paid for it, and they're paying for my classes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different than before, but still, I do feel a lot of the same things when I was in college before, and like viewing myself as a student, having that identity as a student, where in undergrad, I was learning things to be able to apply it to a job and kind of narrow down what kind of job I want. And in grad school, you have the job, and the classes are supposed to support what you're already doing.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but, and then the biggest difference is now seeing those in undergrad in those 4-year programs, now that like me and a lot of my friends in grad school are like their TAs, and just kind of seeing like the difference of perspectives of that.
Yeah.
Because before they seemed a lot older to me when I was in undergrad.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in graduate school, they all seem like children.
I mean, they are.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are literally 17, 18 years
Yeah.
old, and it's just wild to me that I ever thought I know what I want to do as a little child with, like, not months before in high school, I still had to ask permission to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
They're like, what's your career going to be?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that.
What's your bunny doing?
Every time. I don't like that, yeah, I don't like that society puts this expectation on children. Like, I just don't, like, honestly, like, if you're listening to this, and maybe in the future, I don't know, but if you're listening to this and you feel like us saying like you're a child because you're like under 18 or you're 19 or 20 or whatever, and like it's not because we're invalidating your age or anything like that. It's literally because
no.
your like brain development is not there. Our brain development has just barely gotten there. Sometimes feel like it's not. Like, and we're like
most of the time it feels like it's not.
like so yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like that. I honestly think we should change your adult.
I mean, that's why I think like the importance of like taking a gap year is.
Yeah, I think I encourage people, yeah, to either take a gap year. I'm pretty sure you can find an entry level job doing something.
Yeah, just work
Yeah.
till like, especially if you're unsure,
Yeah.
like what your major is going to be.
Yeah.
And like, I know a lot of people frown against that because they want to have like that college experience. You can have that experience whenever you want. That's,
Yeah.
you might as well either not spend a lot of money or make some money
Yeah.
in the meantime before getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to community college for 2 years. Like, and with community college, I haven't paid for school. I've been in community college for, I guess this coming school year will be my 3rd year. Um, I I haven't paid for school in like 2 years. Granted, my tuition is like pretty low, like comparatively. My tuition is like really low.
Well, yeah.
It's like 1/10 of like what I paid at a four-year university, but like I haven't had to pay like anything in the past like 2 years. I think this upcoming semester I have to pay like $160, and I'm like crying about it, which is like ridiculous, but also like that's
Yeah.
my situation. So yeah. But still like taking that time, I have a cousin who she's going to community college for 2 years and then going to university for another 2 years. We have friends who have done that and like they have been
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Like so
It doesn't matter.
yeah, it
It's
really
all about
doesn't.
what it really comes down to, and I think it's like a really core point of, especially, being an adult learner or adults in whatever kind of educational setting. At least that I feel, and I know other people have felt, is like it's a different kind of expectation that you're putting on yourself. In high school, I was like, everyone goes to college. I have to do that. I have to figure out what I want to do for the
Yeah.
rest of my life right now. Even though I wasn't ready, I was very fortunate that it worked out for me. It was something I did somewhat enjoy doing. But now it's the kind of thing, like expectations. Like, I have a lot of friends that their first stab at engineering was perfect for them. They got the job they wanted. They're in a really good place career wise. And just removing expectations of yourself from other people, I
Yeah.
think, is the most important thing to do if you're an adult in any kind of program educational
Yeah.
thing, because people are on different paths. They're going to be doing different things,
Yeah.
but none of that is kind of a litmus test for like success.
Yeah.
And that's something I struggle with. Like, my plan is to be done with grad school before I turn 30. And which now it doesn't seem like so far away. But then I also have friends at that point would be into their careers for like 8 years.
Damn, yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like, we're
no.
doing completely different things. Like, they're in finance. That's
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
one, dumb. Two,
True.
has nothing to do with me. Like, for like
Yeah.
what I want to do, the path I've like chosen to take after, especially like thinking hard about it. That's just like what you do, and then after that, it just looks completely different from my friends' paths, and that's just normal, separate from it. And that's something I really need to come to terms with, because it's hard, especially when other people are like, oh, so how long you're in school for? Or the idea people have, you're in school, so you're just a student. But that's not the situation for either of us.
Yeah. I feel exactly the same way. A lot of times I feel like I'm not where I need to be because I guess I don't believe this anymore, but I think not when I first started going to community college, definitely felt like I had regressed because community college has that like stigma and stuff like that. And I remember having conversation with a friend that was like when I came out of for university and I didn't have my degree, and I was just like, okay, like what am I gonna do? And I was like, okay, maybe I'll take some classes at community college and like go back or whatever. And I had a friend who was like, just like enroll in a program and then like, like just go back or whatever. And I was just like, I was like, hey, I don't want to enroll in a program because that just wasn't that didn't feel right to me. And
Yeah.
also I in that of itself I also felt like I was going to be regressing. I was like, why would I go to a community college if I was like already in a four-year university? Yeah, I definitely felt that way, and I felt like I was less than or unaccomplished because doing I was going back to community college, or I was going to community college, and I do still feel that way. Like, anytime someone talks about, like, like graduating, or especially when we talk about like graduation with like everyone who graduated with or who graduated the year I was supposed to graduate and all that stuff, like I do like still feel some type of way, but I constantly have to like remind myself, like, hey, you have a job. Like, you have a job in engineering. Like, granted, like, you're not an engineer or anything like that, but you still have a job in engineering doing something that that is part of like what you like to do, and you're making money. Like, it's not like you're able to like do the things that you love to do and also go to school. Granted, like, I go to school part-time. It's taking me a little bit longer. It's spending like, but also like I'm doing two things at the same time, and it is still very difficult. And obviously, it's not easy, and it could have been like different or whatever. And yeah, I could have graduated, within those 4 years and got a degree, but would I be as happy as I am now?
Yeah.
And
now that, because it's not what you wanted to do.
Yeah. And like,
you weren't trying to fit something that wasn't working.
Exactly. And I had to like, that's something that I'm continuously like trying to find the balance in, and trying to find like that emotional balance and stuff like that. So yeah, like the things that are definitely different are like, granted, even though I did work in college like for 2 years, the last 2 years I worked in college, but I think it's different now because obviously like that was like a frou part-time job, whatever. That was honestly just to like pay the bills. Granted, like the job I have now is to pay the bills, but also to like,
you're also working full-time.
Yeah, I'm working full-time, and like I'm working on building skills to propel me within my career, because this job is part of my career that I want to have. So I think those are kind of like the differences. Some of the similarities, honestly, is college. Like, college is hard, and like,
like, it's higher education.
Yeah, like it all kind of sucks a lot sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, it's the worst.
Yeah, like finals, like just all that stuff and the craziness, and
trying to do homework again after like 2 years from just like working full time and not taking any classes between undergrad and grad school. And like, I never really learned how to study in undergrad.
Same.
And the stuff I was doing in grad school was way harder. So I was like, oh, I have to figure this out now.
Yeah.
Was not fun.
Yeah, I had to kind of do the same thing, or I had to like perfect like how I was studying, because I had some skills in studying, but they weren't fully fleshed out, and I had to really like learn what works best for me and how to study. And I kind of had an idea of that, but then I really had to be like, okay, if I want to like pass things and do stuff like that, this is the system and how I have to study. And so I 100% agree. I had to learn how to study very well, and do homework. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to, after working... I
just didn't want to do it.
No, after working, like, 8 hours during the day, I come home at, like...
I love doing nothing. It's a passion of mine.
Like, I just want to do nothing and go to bed, but I gotta do
just
homework.
Sitting?
Like, in my weekends, I was,
Seems like a scam.
It really does. It really does. It is. Like, I had to pay money to find a place to study, because I can't study in my house. I'm too distracted.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to pay money to go somewhere to go fucking study. What the F? Yeah. But, higher education. Woo. Yeah.
Do you feel that what also makes it, I don't know if I mean easier per se, but more manageable, having this like, different structure of like being in school as opposed to like once we first started back in like 2012, was the fact that you just saw more people in different situations. Like I know when I was in high school, we're all expected to like go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't physically see other people doing different things or having those different paths. But now, like years from now, it does. I physically see it, and it feels more normal not doing that.
Yeah, I think also like between like 2012 and now, like our culture has somewhat shifted in that a lot of people don't have. It's. I mean, we've been seeing this for years, but people don't talk about it enough. That like, especially with the rise of like social media and stuff like that, you don't have to go to college, to be successful. Like,
Yeah.
and I think seeing that, yeah, like you're saying, like seeing that firsthand and experiencing people who didn't go to college or had a different path of college or anything like that, like people who like go back to college and stuff like that, like it is humbling and being like, oh, okay, like everyone's path is unique to theirs. So yeah, like I definitely see that a lot in like community college. Like everyone is so different, and like everyone, and you can definitely see that like in this class, obviously, regardless of age, gender, race, whatever, we're all in this class because we want to pass it. Like,
Yeah.
and the variety, like I've had like so many, I've seen like so many older people like in my classes and stuff like that, and I find that like fascinating and amazing because it's like I'm like, you're not too old to do anything. And so, and yeah, I 100% agree. Like, I feel like success, your definition of what success is more tangible now, or it feels a lot more
Yeah.
tangible and unique. Yeah, I 100% agree. So, we kind of touched on this, but what are your end goals? Like, after you come out of all of this, what are your. What would success look like to you at the end of all of this? Because I mean, like, eventually, like, we won't be in school anymore. We won't be, like, students. So, what is the end, or the next, I don't want to say the end, the next phase of your life looking like?
That is a very good question, Celeste. So, when I first started grad school, I definitely had the idea of like remaining in academia, um, in some capacity, either being like, teaching professor, maybe like a research professor, or something like that. Since I've been in grad school, that desire has definitely dwindled because higher education is a mess and is a dumpster fire. I still am very passionate of educating, especially in a lot of these positions. I think the professors have the power and ability to really make a difference and provide, their resources for, people who necessarily don't.
Yeah.
That's like not seen a lot in higher education. Another thing I see for myself, especially with the specific research I have and my research interests, I love stuff dealing with water. So it makes sense for me also I think it would be a dream to be like a researcher for like a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
But with both of those, I think success would look like, to me, is me continuing to learn, being able to apply that knowledge to make some kind of like net positive change for other people. Yeah, I would say those two things I would define as success. And from either path I will be taking after I graduate, I think that's achievable.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I feel similar. I don't really have an end goal in mind, because I do think I'll always be a student because I always want to learn new things and I always want to continue to learn. So I think the next phase in my life will obviously be like more career oriented. I think, like I mentioned before, I do want to become a professional engineer. I want to be licensed. Mostly because I don't see a lot of women professional engineers. All the ones I've encountered are men. So I want to be different. So, and the same, I don't know. But yeah, so that's definitely one of my ultimate goals. I've wanted to be a licensed professional engineer since I was like 16. Yes, I am a nerd. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah. And damn, that's like 10 years. Wow. Okay, anyway.
Time's not real.
Yeah. So,
I mean, like, if you take you and I, Celeste, in a couple years, we would have been friends for 10 years.
I'm cutting this out of the podcast. Nobody needs to know that.
No, but like, it's, it's all relative.
Yes.
It's...
I understand. I just don't like getting old. I want to be...
Good thing we're still super young.
Yeah, we are. We are. But, yeah. I don't know. I do want to get into like more project management positions. Honestly, that's where the money is. But also, like, I would like to have a team of people and lead a project and stuff like that. And I think that would be really fun. One of my secret aspirations is to be an astronaut. I don't know if that's going to happen. But...
So, can we do a quick tangent?
Yes.
So, at my university, we had an astronaut visit who went to undergrad here.
Wow.
And so he also wanted a separate like meeting with the grad students, just talk about his experiences like being in space, because like one of the requirements to like be an astronaut or be in like in the running to be an astronaut is to like either like have your master's degree or you're on your way to get your master's degree or PhD. So then at that point, after talking to him, literally all the grad students were like looking up, it's like, how to be an astronaut? Like, what are the requirements? Because it just seems so cool.
Yeah. Their requirements are not that stringent. I thought they would be a lot more stringent than
I think there's a difference between stringent and competitive.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think their classes are like 10 to 12 people or something like that every like 3 or 4 years or something weird like that. Yeah. So I mean, also like space travel is not commercialized, which that's something that I want, but it's okay.
Space is just cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Honestly, so when I first applied for colleges, my top degree that I was looking for was aerospace engineering because I wanted to be an astronaut so bad and I want to work for NASA, but it's okay. It's fine. We may get there in 10 years. We'll see. In 2030, come find me on social media if that's still a thing and see if I'm an astronaut. I'm working on it.
God, I hope it's not. It's terrible. Social media. Just makes me sad. But then there's like dog pictures, so it's like funny.
Exactly.
But
yeah, they're the people who don't take it. There's corners
and
of
like
internet
new things I can do in Animal Crossing.
Yeah. That's all I do on Twitter. I search the Animal Crossing designs hashtag and I just like scroll through. It's like my favorite pastime. But yeah. Anyway, that's a small tangent. Yeah, yeah, the next phase of my life is going to be me just, honestly, I think it's just going to be me doing a lot of like different kinds of engineering stuff, whether that's like
Hmm.
construction or like transportation or utilities or any and everything that I feel like doing, to be totally honest. Like
Yeah.
I I don't have a specific thing I want to do. Even like now when I'm like, oh, like I need to apply for in like a year or so, I don't know. In like a year or two, I'm supposed to be applying to 4-year universities. It's not something I'm looking forward to. But well, A, because I need to get my GPA up. But well, it's not that bad. But like I've been looking at like online degrees because I'm gonna keep doing online programs because that's what works best for me in terms of being able to still work on my career by working and also like going to school part time. So that's something that I'll still be doing. But like one of the degrees I was looking at that I'm interested in is like I think it's like environmental health and safety, which with
Yeah.
all
EH&S. Yep.
yeah, and I was like honestly, I kind of was like looking at it like a year ago and I was like, huh, like that seems like pretty interesting and like something that I want to do. And I get to take actual science classes. I also that's like another thing about like my degree that I didn't really like is that I couldn't take like actual like science classes. Like I loved bio.
Yeah.
I hate chemistry. So
I complete opposite. I I have to interject. I hate biology. I love
oh
chemistry.
my
Continue.
god. I
Sorry for
love
interrupting.
bio. I love bio. I think I don't know. For me,
It's just I just need math and science. And biology, the classes I've taken is just strict memorization, which I'm good at,
yeah.
but like I need a little bit more.
I think that's why I don't like chem because it's too much math.
Ugh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Granted, I am pursuing an engineering degree, and I understand math is something that I need to have to do all on the regular basis. I totally get that. But also, I still don't like math as much as I like science, specifically
Yeah.
bio and like anything in that realm. I don't like chemistry because chemistry sucks, but whatever.
I
But
love it so much.
anyway, I was looking at that environmental health
EH&S.
and safety degree, and they do a lot of like I've just been looking at a lot of like courses and stuff like that, and I was just like, wow, like this is very like something that I'm interested in, tangible, and this is like very different from the other degrees that I've been looking at, which is like engineering management and like construction engineering and stuff like that. So who's to say like where I'm gonna be and
Yeah.
where and all that, but I think at the end of this phase, I want to be able to look back and be like, damn, like I did that, like I enjoyed every
Yeah.
bit of it, and I did things that I actually wanted to do. I think, kind of going back to what we were talking about before, something that's like very different in this time around is that I'm doing things that I actually want to do, and that is very helpful and imperative because I don't think I would be able to be at this point if I wasn't still trying to do something that I didn't want to do. Like I would have given up a long
Hmm.
time ago in this journey. And so yeah. But yeah, I think that's the end of this topic. Is there anything else you want to add?
Um, don't let other people tell you how you view your success,
Yeah, agreed.
because I think that's like the main thing about the entirety of myself as a student.
Mm-hmm.
That it just affects every part of it.
Yeah, agreed.
Like it doesn't matter. Like don't let other people like make you feel either the path you chose or even like the school you chose
Yeah,
or anything like that. None of that matters.
yeah,
If you are doing what you want to do, or you are like getting the skills or learning what you don't want to do, which
Yeah.
in college is like also one of the most important things. Just let yourself be open to thinking about all of that and not let other people tell you what to think and what to do.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I feel like if I could, honestly, it wouldn't change a lot. I wouldn't change anything about like back then. But if I could give myself like one piece of like wisdom, is to listen to your body, listen to yourself, listen to what you are telling you. Because a lot of times, you know, you're like frustrated and like you're just like, I don't understand why this isn't working out. This is something that like is supposed to happen. This is something that I'm supposed to do. This is something that is supposed to be like the path. This is what everyone is doing. But a lot of times like your body is telling you like, I don't want to do this. And a lot of times like you know that you don't want to do this, and you're still doing it for X, Y, and Z. And if you have the ability to not do that, then don't. Like, seriously, don't. And yeah, just definitely listen to your body. And this is so cliche also, but don't compare yourself to other people.
Oh yeah.
Don't compare yourself to other people. It's hard.
'Cause
it is hard.
You also don't know what other people are like truly thinking. You're just
Yeah.
seeing like what they want you to see.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
It's
don't.
like when I'm like on Instagram and someone's like, "Oh, I'm on vacation." I never am like, "Oh, they seem so happy. Why I'm not like that." And I was like, "This is what they chose to show people."
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, this was such a great discussion. I really liked it.
I think so.
I hope that this helps someone. If you're in the same positions as us, I hope this like felt good and you're like, yeah, like all of this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I blame Campbell because I'm a perfect person. So
I agree.
So yeah. All right. So we're gonna transition into our third segment and final segment called "What's Got You Hot." I'm gonna enter Amber's little singing auto-tune jingle right here,
Oh,
and
that's cute.
she hates it, which is fine. It's okay. She's the one who did it, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah. So okay, what's got you hot, Campbell?
I'm burned out from Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's the perfect quarantine game. It's very soothing. I've been able to play it with friends that like I can't see. Granted, like no one really can or should see each other right now, but I moved to like the opposite coast.
Yeah.
So it's been a nice
You
way
left
to
me,
like
guys.
connect.
It's okay. It's
I
fine.
did.
It's fine.
Be able to like connect with people like back home.
Yeah.
But man, it's exhausting. Like I like sold my turnips like last week for like, somewhat of a profit. And then after I did that, I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break.
Yeah. Oh, when you get back, I'm really excited.
Exactly. And I haven't stopped thinking about it.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
interesting.
There's like
Yeah.
because there's like things I still like want to do on my island, things I need to change, a villager that needs to leave and hasn't for months.
Hey,
But-
when you come back, they might want to leave
That
because
would
you've
be
been gone for so
great.
long. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And just I don't know, just the amount of time I put into that game in the last 3 months, and
yeah.
that's what's got me hot.
Yeah.
It consumed a major part of my life,
Yeah.
and I don't want to say I regret it, but I'm not necessarily proud of it. I've just been doing it.
Yeah.
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say this is the second podcast episode in the row that we've talked about Animal Crossing. That's totally fine. I don't care.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I am the same way. I actually just looked at my hours. So I got the game 2 weeks after you did.
Yeah.
Gander to take a guess as how many hours I have.
250. How many hours do you have, Celeste?
I have 310 hours on Animal Crossing.
I was thinking 300. I was like, that seems like a lot. But at the same time, I think I have like anywhere between 200 and 300 hours.
Yeah.
Which is also ridiculous.
Yes. I think the problem is, and a lot of people have been talking about this from like the beginning, is that this game wasn't designed to come out during COVID, like during quarantine.
Yeah.
So they weren't expecting people to
marathon it.
Yes. And it's just, so, I mean, and then granted, like, you know, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's, like, you know, working from home and stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's not a ton that they can do to, like, add updates and stuff to the game and things like that. So there's also that. It's June, so like we're in like wedding season, which I'm legitimately so bored on the game that I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna go to Harv's Island, like and like get a couple things.
I do want that pipe organ though.
Oh yeah, that's real. So here's the thing.
I think you have to do it like 5 times, and then you can get like the first pipe organ. But there's like 3 different designs for each one.
Yeah, I think you can just customize it.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
nice.
I'm
okay,
sure.
See, I'm like, I like cannot get away from this game. Like I haven't played since last Thursday, so it's been almost a week, and I have anxiety about it.
Oh,
that's called addiction.
Yeah,
it's withdrawal, and it's a problem.
Yeah,
and I won't stop.
Yeah, no, I will not stop either. Yeah, it's funny that like you're talking about burnout, because I think a lot of people in the community have been like bringing it up, like the whole like burnout thing, and I feel the same way. For me at least, I did like an Animal Crossing birthday party, and I was trying to prep my island for like a month. So like for a month straight, I was like honestly going ham, like trying to like finalize it and all these things, so that like when people came over, they're like, ooh, blah blah blah, whatever. I want it to look like somewhat like decent in my standards. I'm pretty sure if it was bare, everybody would have been like, it's fine, but this is not who I am. So I was just so like I feel like because I went ham like for so long, I feel the same way. I'm a little burnt out, even though like I still am playing like every day, but not as much. Like if I go on, I'll probably go on at most twice a day, mostly just to check
turnip prices.
Yeah, because I mean you have to check twice a day.
I'm so excited for, I have like 1 million bells like in my savings right now, and I think I have like 1.5 million bells to pay off for the rest of my house, and that's the last payment.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So after, if I get like a big score like the next time, I feel like I don't have to worry about turnips anymore.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. I think, yeah, okay, well, not the same. I still have one more upgrade, or one more room.
The basement?
Yeah, so...
It's so expensive.
I don't want to think about it.
So
like,
expensive.
I'm, like, dragging my feet paying this, like, 1.2 plus million loan. I think so I had, like, really high turnip prices yesterday. That was like, I had like a large spike. I
saw on Twitter.
Yeah, it was nice. And
yeah,
I had a friend who time travels, and it was Sunday on her island, so she came twice. Bruh.
Oh man, that's so great.
Yeah, and she left me.
That's smart.
Yep, and she yeah. And she left me much she left me like 300,000 bells like in tips. So a lot of that went to paying off my loan. So yeah, I don't know how much I have left. I don't really care. They don't pay. They don't charge you interest and all that stuff. I honestly kept. I wasn't gonna upgrade my house, but I upgraded it because I wanted more space for clothes because that's my
I kept on running out of storage.
Yeah, like what? Now I have 800 spaces, which I'm like, this is perfect. I'm only using half of it. Yeah, but yeah, I 100 circling back to burnout. Yeah, I 100% like agree. Like
as we obsessively talk about every detail of it,
yes.
It was like, oh, I'm sick of it. But here are the things we think about daily, constantly,
Yes.
forever.
Yes.
Done with it though.
Yeah. Oh, also like Red and trying to like do the museum stuff. That's how they get you. Because if you're
that is how. Because I'm like almost done with the fossils, but like it's been like 3 weeks and I haven't gotten a new fossil. I need 3 more.
Same. So this is funny. So the past like 3 days, I just been digging up the fossils, but I haven't gone to Blathers.
Oh.
Because I don't like Blathers. And I like Celeste. I don't like Blathers. Blathers, all he do is sleep during the day.
I've seen Celeste once.
So, okay, I had Celeste on my island a couple days ago. Yeah, because Campbell.
This is now turning into an Animal Crossing podcast.
No,
everyone.
It's totally fine. Also, Amber plays Animal Crossing. So it's fine. I got the spaceship recipe.
Celeste.
Campbell. And okay.
I'm so excited for you.
I'm so freaking excited. Like, I haven't.
Let me know when you get the wizard staff recipe.
There's a
which is like one of the wand. Yeah, it's a wand recipe that you use with like star fragments and twigs, branches, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like
it's curved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like a crook.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll get that. That's another thing that I've been doing. Yeah, in terms of like burnout for me, like this is like how I've like shifted like how I play the game, because like I'll just be like, okay, I log in like at 8 p.m. and I'm like, Celeste isn't here, oh well, and then like I log back out, or like I'll check to see like, oh, is Red here, and like okay, fine. Like sometimes like I'll do like fishing, or I go ham on like fishing so I can like wait on CJ, especially like now it's shark season, so
oh yeah, the
sharks are really really good. I also just learned that the stupid ribbon eel is only 600 bells. Fuck y'all, are you fucking kidding me?
I can't. Those are the only eels I catch.
What other eels are there?
Are there other eels? I thought there were.
There might be, but they might not be in season for the northern hemisphere.
Oh, okay. I thought there were other ones, and I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm tired of getting these stupid ribbon eels.
Yeah.
So.
I will say like the first like 2 days of June I caught every single shark. So
same.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
They didn't make that difficult. But yeah. But yeah, I love this game.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
But I need to play something else, or like, read more, or do something else to supplement what I would use it for.
Yeah, so like Nintendo had a sale, and like a summer sale or whatever. So I bought Uno.
Oh, a really good one.
Yeah, it was like up to 60% off. I bought Uno, which one of my favorite card games of all time. I don't know
so much fun.
How I did. Yeah, I also learned a lot of things and a lot of rules. Well, I didn't know the draw 4 rule in Uno, which, because I don't play that way. Yeah, no, I don't play that way. So, because I was like, why am I getting challenged all the time? Like, I don't understand. And then I looked it up and I was like, Black people don't play this way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I'm really excited because there's going to be a new Paper Mario game coming out in July, and that
it's July. I thought it already came out.
July 17th.
Oh, maybe people got it early because like
I
YouTubers
mean,
and
there's been
stuff.
more. There's more been more like trailers and stuff and like information released about it recently.
No, I've seen people like playing it, like live stream playing it.
Is it out already? If it is, I gotta go.
Like I could have sworn it had been out. Maybe it's not. And maybe they just like got the game early and they've just been playing it cuz that happens. Like if you
Yeah.
like if Nintendo, like if brands like you and stuff, especially like gamers, what?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
But I'm
yeah.
so excited for that game.
Yeah. Excuse me. I bought Summer and Mara. That game looks super interesting to me. So
I haven't seen that.
it's like a I've heard like it's very similar to like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and like those like those kinds of games where like you can like farm and stuff like that like and but you have like a character or whatever. Even though I think you play like everyone plays like the same character or whatever. It's like yeah, but it looked like super cute and I was just like, all right, like I'll try to play that. So I bought it. I haven't started playing it yet, but but yeah, no, I 100% understand. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stop like I don't think I'm gonna go cold turkey and just be like put it down and not log in. I don't know if I can do that, but um
Again,
I
addiction.
yeah, but yeah. Cool. Okay, so that was a very long part of your what's got you hot. What has got me hot? What's got me hot is I started watching Total Drama. I love that cartoon. I don't know if you know it, but like the first season is Total
I
Drama Island.
did too. I only saw like the first season, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
remember how it's like situated per
Yeah.
season or whatever.
But so like the series is called Total Drama, but then like every season is a different like scenario. So like the first one was Total
Oh, okay,
Drama
okay.
Island and they were at like they were on an island and they were doing
I
crazy
saw that
shit.
one.
Yeah. But there's like yeah. So if you don't know, Total Drama is a cartoon series that was on Cartoon Network if you live in the US. And it was about like 20 the first season is about like 15 to 20 teenagers who it's a cartoon but the 15 to 20 teenagers who go on a kind of like reality TV show. They go on an island and they compete for $1 million and they do like they have a host and he has like all these like crazy challenge like crazy challenges like they're very a lot of them are extremely disgusting like eating them it's like a mix of like Survivor and like Fear Factor and like but it's like a parody of it and it's with teenagers and so it was it was for teens and stuff like that and I love that show so much. I even loved it back then when I was like watching it. And the show has ended. It ended like 2015 or 2014 or something like that. But all the episodes are on YouTube. You can literally search like Total Drama. They're also
Yeah.
on the first two seasons are on Netflix, and then season like 5 is on Netflix as well. But the seasons in between aren't. I don't know why. But you can just find them on YouTube. There's like a whole channel dedicated to like all the episodes. But yeah, I that show is so ridiculous and crazy and I love it. I love cartoons. It takes me out of like reality and
Yeah.
like I love animation and things like that. So and I love the art style of that cartoon. It's great. But yeah, that's what's got me hot. I've been binge watching it like all week. Yeah. I'm on like season 3. It's like Total Drama World Tour. So they're like going to like different countries and they're doing like different challenges on different countries in different countries and stuff like that. So I think they've been to Canada, like different parts. It's a Canadian-based show, so they do stuff in Canada or refer to Canada a lot. So, which I don't mind. It's just really funny, and yeah, I really like that show. Also, I did learn that a lot of the voice actors from that show were in, what's that? Is it 16 or My Scene or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's like 6. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They hang out in the food court.
Yeah.
In the mall. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. So a lot of the voice actors are from that show as well. And the creators are from that show as well. So I was like, wow, these are like, that's like super interesting. But yeah, I totally recommend you watch that show if you like cartoons, animation, or if you used to watch Total Drama and you're like, damn, Blast from the Past. I would highly recommend watching it. It's still hilarious to this day. Still fucking crazy. That show is crazy. Like, the shit that they put them kids in, like, it's just so random. Like, like it's crazy. Yeah. So I really like that show. And yeah, that is it. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening in. I want to thank Campbell for co-hosting. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to follow us on social media. The social media handles will be in the description notes of this episode, because once again, I don't remember our social media handles. If you would like to email us, our handle, wow, I can't talk. Sorry. If you'd like to email us, our email is theslightsarcasmpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it. You want to say anything, Campbell?
When will this come out?
In like a couple weeks.
Before or after July 1st?
Before.
So be on the lookout on July 1st. Me and one of my friends, Raven, also have our own podcast that Celeste joined us on.
Yay! Yeah.
Called Boozicals, where we drink a lot and critique and just like talk through musicals that we like.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah.
I enjoy doing it. Celeste, the episode Celeste is on is our particularly good one. I think, because also we just like love the musical we're talking about.
Yeah, also because I'm in it, but that's fine.
Okay,
continue.
yeah, whatever. You were ganging up on me the entire episode. It's fine. You and Raven. I was betrayed. So anyway, yeah, that's Boozicals, like musical, but like booze, like alcohol.
Yeah.
And so you can find that wherever podcasts are found.
Yeah, I will.
As of July 1st.
Yeah, after I will update the description notes for this episode when your podcast goes out, so people have.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and links to it or anything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad. Wow. Woo.
Listening. This is an audio medium, Celeste. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Episode 6. All right, bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Woo.